No, lean on something? Can I lean on you? Action.
Check out the narrative. God spoke in the imperative, let there be light, and all of creation was brightened. God was intimate with his creatures in the garden, but they took lightly his warning. Do not eat of the tree of knowledge, or they will be dying. And so spiritual death sank in, and they leaned on their own understanding. The curse. Creatures redefined good and evil and became deaf to divine wisdom. This is the fall, a new season. Mankind hates God and lost his reason. This is no fiction. Check out the narrative. Mankind became a race of savages, biting each other like sandwiches. Families get broken and fatherless brothers envy brothers cause the curse is upon us. And though it seemed hopeless, God made a promise to solve this. He chose his people through whom he'd accomplish his promise. Let me expose this. So check out the narrative. God makes a covenant with Abram and tells him your seed will bless all the nations. If you don't believe me, check out Galatians. Paul's explanation is plain and is based on revelation. A son is born of a woman. He's the seed of the promise to free us from bondage to the spiritual forces that keep us hostage to a heart that's lawless. Let me expose this. So check out the narrative. All of his days he lived sinlessly, never lusted, he prayed ceaselessly, and in the Garden of Gethsemane he was overwhelmed with sorrow to that degree of death, because he was about to die for our iniquity. He lived sinlessly, yet had to die for our iniquity. It was no fun for God's own son to be numbered with the guilty, to be shunned and to be hung on a tree with a prickly crown of thorns that was composed to mock his kingship. We killed him. But check out the narrative, because 3 days later, he's risen and given dominion over all things, demons, heathens, politicians. None can compete with his kingdom. None can stop his reign bringing freedom to those imprisoned to their own sin. The very ones who killed him, he redeems them and calls them children.
Good.